Love it. Love it.
Can't decide. What do you think? First music or second music? The first music was a little like do 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 do, and the second one was like, like
it was ethereal, like
yeah,
Ethereum.
like Ethereum.
Well, welcome back, guys.
Wake up, Web3. Wake up.
You obviously survived the weekend. A lot of kind of what we said was going to happened over the weekend. We kind of just chopped around sideways a little bit, mostly. But some really big news over the past few days and some breaking news that we're going to talk about.
This morning, big news. Today's news brought to you by Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale, the holiday flavors. Okay, anyway. It's not really brought to you by that. And Pringles, yes.
Please sponsor us, Pringles.
Dude, have you ever had like Pringles in another country? They have all kinds of crazy flavors. Like my kids, when we go to Europe, they like paprika flavored Pringles.
See, food is just better everywhere else besides the United States. Well, health.
Not worrying. Says at the end of 2025, XRP maybe with some luck 250. The end of 2026, maybe with a lot of luck, XRP 350. Don't allow influencers to mislead you into believe. Here, let me just. I
so guys, we're actually be talking a lot about that today. There's a lot of bullish news.
Let me ask you something. Not worrying. Do you believe Mr. Jake Clever, whatever? He's like XRP, 200, 300, 1,000, 3,000, maybe $100,000 per XRP. I'm like, dude, shut up. Reptar, why is your stuff freezing?
I'm back.
This has been one of those mornings. We started late because my son had his braces taken off today, so I didn't get home. And then I had to go restart my router. Let's try this again.
I blame the internet.
Is Amazon Web Services down again or something?
Yeah, no, they need some serious help over there.
I had to restart my router. I had to unplug and replug in my actual internet connection. Reptar's, freaking camera wasn't working because of the Twitch virtual cam, which needs to be abolished and burned. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, guys, we are seeing...
They're trying to stop the signal. You can't stop the signal, Mao.
Yeah,
you can't stop the signal.
They don't want you guys to know what's happening. So... First
it's
starters,
that damn
guys,
Carol Baskins.
Really big news announced. A couple big things, actually. But before we get into all the big news today, we are going to start with the bubbles, as we always
Bubbles, my bubbles. Let me turn them on. Boom! Get some bubbles.
Damn. Look at that. Those are some nice looking bubbles.
Well, that's the hourly. Hang on.
The day.
Oh, looky. Gee, I wonder why that's happening. Maybe we should talk about that.
Ooh, guys, render. We've been talking about render for a long time. We're gonna get into a little bit of render right now. But as we can see, guys, Bitcoin did hit 91,000. Over the past few days, and we saw pretty big drop, and then we kind of corrected right back, and then we chopped to the side like we kind of expected. Over the weekend. We didn't really expect a lot of price action until a lot of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today came into play, especially
maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, rate cuts are going to be interesting because this is going to be a big domino effect, I think, because a lot of these things start happening. And essentially, the rate cut, I think, is going to be the first domino. Where we're finally going to see that 75 basis point cut that we've been talking, total basis cut point across the past 3 rate cuts. And this is going to encourage a lot of people to borrow money. And that usually sends the markets in a positive direction.
Yep, I think, obviously this is coming out tomorrow. The odds are 87.5% for a 25 basis point cut, which will bring the total for September, October, and December, all 3 will have had 25 25 basis point cuts. And then, so that's going to put the rate at 3.5 to 3.75. Let's see what they're saying for the odds of January. Is still 67% staying right here, this is typical. Looking ahead into the next rate cut, they're saying the 67% chance in January that it's going to stay here at 350, 375. We'll see what that does over the next few weeks. But yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't expect to see another one after 75 points total. But again, guys, this is a good sign for markets. This is traditionally very bullish for markets when we see rate cuts. So that's happening tomorrow. We'll keep you guys posted on that. We're moving out of extreme fear a little bit more and more every day. We're still in fear, deep in fear, but we're kind of coming back. A lot of people got nervous and they're like, oh, this is a bear market. We've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks, but I really don't see it. I see way too much positive narrative and adoption and sentiment and all of these over-the-counter trades going on with BlackRock for HBAR and XRP. There's just so much going on. I would be shocked if we went into a bear market. I really would.
Yeah, if you look at these, the 1 hour change, the daily change, the weekly change, look at that's flat on the hour, flat on the daily, flat on the weekly. It's like, and look at this. This is actually a bigger move on the 7 day, a 6% move on the 7 day, but flat,
wonder why
flat, a little down, flat, mostly flat. I mean, it's like nothing. It's like everybody's waiting. We're sitting here waiting.
Like everyone's waiting for something. Who's everyone?
Surely it can't be the big financial institutions who are trying to buy as much as they can, as low as they can, and manipulating the price down. It can't be that. So
speaking of those big institutions that run the world and control everything, let's talk about BlackRock today, guys. Let me
find that one.
So the reason ETH is kind of seeing a little bit of a surge today is because BlackRock just filed. To be clear, BlackRock's already filed for many ETFs, including HBAR and XRP, which we've been bullish about. We talk a lot about on the channel. But ETH is a big one, and this is why this is to me a bigger deal than the other ETFs, because everyone knows Ethereum leads alt season. When Ethereum goes, the altcoins tend to follow afterwards. That's traditionally how the 4-year cycles worked in the past. As money comes out from Bitcoin, it goes into Ethereum and then bleeds out to the other altcoins. Most of you guys already know this. The reason this is interesting to me is because BlackRock is showing interest in Ethereum, and a lot of people have been like, "Oh, Ethereum's dead. We don't need Ethereum." Ethereum's not going anywhere, and the fact that they're positioning themselves in Ethereum shows me that they're still bullish on alt season 2. I mean, they're making these ETFs so they can make money, and it would be very surprising to me if after they have positioned themselves in all these different ways, that the markets take another 30 to 40% drop. There's just it doesn't make sense to me. But this is big because it shows that Ethereum is going to be part of the chosen cryptos that these big institutions are accumulating, and that's good for alt season. So let's get it.
Yeah, it's guys, ETH is not going anywhere. I know. Let me give you this example. So RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin. 80% of RLUSD is on which chain? Is it on the XRP ledger? It is not. They deployed the majority of their stablecoin onto the Ethereum network because that's where the liquidity is.
Guys, Ethereum is still a huge chain. I mean,
ETH, now that ETH gas is not, hundreds or thousands of dollars, and gas is anywhere from 6 to 50 cents, and hopefully it goes down more and more, but ETH is not going anywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of these big projects are built on ETH. Even some of the ones we've talked about in the past that we're going to talk more about here in a second, like Render. Render is an Ethereum token. A lot of the projects that we talk about, they're on their own chain. HBAR is its own chain. XRP is its own chain. But as JC just said, they have a lot of liquidity on Ethereum. Most cryptos are ERC20 tokens, so it's gonna be. It would surprise me if they didn't file for an Ethereum ETF. Especially
the fact that BlackRock has taken this long is what surprises me, actually.
Yeah, but it shows me that there's still interest. So I really do think that this is a good sign for alt season, because I think they're trying to get ahead of it because ETH hasn't really moved yet. And a lot of these projects, like there was a big announcement from Nvidia that we can get here into a second, because I think it relates a little bit. What's interesting is Ethereum. We've talked a lot about Render, and Render is it's an Ethereum token, and it is associated with graphics card processing and renting out processing power on the blockchain. It is partnered with Nvidia in a big way, and we'll get more into that. But there was a huge announcement today where the U.S. is now legally allowed to sell these certain chips. It's not important what kind they are. They're higher end level chips that we have kept for ourselves for a long time, but we're opening the market to sell to China, which is a huge market, obviously. And this was obviously incredible for the stock price of Nvidia. And, DJ talks a lot about Nvidia. Nvidia is one of those stocks that holds up the backbone of the stock market just because it's one of the largest projects. It's constantly in demand, and it kind of shows where the markets are going. A lot of stuff ends up following its patterns because it is such a massive entity in the stock market. But look at that.
This is so funny to me because I look at that and I go, wow, look at the green candle. And then I go, wait a minute. It went from 183 to 186. It went. Those two green candles are $3.
Even 2% in the stock market, like for crypto, that's like that's nothing. That happens.
Yeah, for crypto, that is not even a noteworthy move. Like $2 on a $183 crypto token. Yeah, we're like, okay, great.
But what it does show is Nvidia is branching out. They're gonna it probably is going to be bullish for the price. And some of the tokens that are associated with Nvidia in Web3, like Render, and there's some other tokens like Flux. But this kind of shows to me that the AI narrative is still going to be huge.
Let's see if that's made any help for Render today. I know we pulled it up a minute ago, but let's just take a deeper look here. Render's number 67, up 3%.
More than Nvidia.
Yeah. So this is the day. That's the hourly. So let me scroll down here just a bit. All right. So this is the hourly. They opened this morning at 164. They're also up. They're up 3 cents. Which they're also at $1.64. Yeah, they're $1.64, whereas Nvidia is 100. So it's 100. Yeah, so they're both up about the same percentage. So interesting.
I really think Render is going to see a massive breakout here soon. It's actually very strange to me. Look at that market cap, $869 million. It is an AI project working with Nvidia. That's just
so these are weekly candles. This is the highs up at 1350. It's almost a 10x from here.
Yeah. I like that chart that's showing the Fibonacci and the corrective phase. Yeah. So what this is showing, guys, is we could actually pull back to around $1.25 on Render, but we could expect a serious breakout after we hit those levels.
Look at my math on the fly. So this is back up to all-time high. It's a 937%, which is almost a 10x. It's a 9.3x.
It's a 10x just back to all-time high. And if you guys believe in the AI narrative and everything that's happening with AI, I mean, Render's one of the bigger and safer AI picks. Again, we have our AI video. Definitely go check it out. We do our top 5 AI picks, and Render was definitely on there because this is a sleeper that's going to absolutely rip, especially with all of the crazy news going on with Nvidia. And it's just, I really do think that Render, along with XRP and HBAR, obviously, and ETH, and anything really to do with AI is really going to go.
I say I bought a little bit of Render on that last, like the end of October dip. Let me see what I don't have a whole lot of Render, but I bought some down low, and let me see what my I was doing it to average down.
I mean, I
my
still think
average
Render's
cost
going to like 30, $40. I said it in my price prediction video. After doing the math with the market cap and seeing what's involved, I really do think it's going to hit 30, 40. And if we hit that level from here, I mean, that's pretty close to like a 25x.
Oof.
So
back in September, I converted a little bit into Render at $3.29, and then I bought a little more Render at $2.55, and then I bought a little more Render at $2.06. So my average is about $2.50, and I'm not worried at all. I'm really going, man, I wish I had a little more cash. I'd buy some right here at 160s.
Yeah, no, I think now is an incredible, and especially, guys. Again, I don't think we're going into a bear market. There's just way too much bullish news and things happening with the the rate cut and everything coming, and still the Clarity Act on the horizon. But
Rate cuts, Clarity Act, liquidity incoming, quantitative easing.
Yeah.
It takes it, like, even though the Fed and all the other world banks are injecting money into the markets, it takes 3 to 6 months for that money to cycle through.
And guys, money is being injected right now. I mean, I think the inflows of XRP and HBAR are close to $1 billion since launch. So $1 billion.
XRP's ETFs are the quickest to $1 billion of assets under management since this entire year, but since Ethereum ETFs launched.
It's insane, and most of these deals, you guys can kind of see this on the charts, but most of the trading that's going on is not on exchanges. It's not going to move the price. It's happening over the counter, and there's buying millions of dollars worth over the counter. So the price is not moving. They're just allocating their funds where they need them to go before they decide to money print or go burr.
Yep. And they're turning on the money printer. Speaking of, let's go with that one. Hang on, I turned it off, so I had to find it first. All right, there we go. Boom. Yes, okay, please.
So guys, full disclosure, disclaimer right here. This is not completely confirmed, but we have been seeing a lot of this floating around on X, so we wanted to talk about it. Apparently there is, we know for a fact that at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, Trump is going to make some kind of announcement and talk about,
there will be some type of address from Trump. Of course, he does this every week.
Yeah. Some kind of economic address, to talk about the state of things. There are rumors that he will be announcing the next Fed chairman. So that could be interesting. This is one of those situations where he could say one thing and it could just send the markets. And what I think is really happening is we're waiting for this domino effect to happen where, we get the rate cut, we get bullish news, then we have, the mass adoption, then we have all these inflows in the ETFs, then the Clarity Act is passed. And I think one of these things is going to start it off for the rest of it. And it could be as simple as something like this. So we did want to talk about it.
If you think the people in power don't know what's coming, they're not like going, okay, so the timing for this is going to be this. And I think by this time we're going to be looking to get to, like, all of these guys know, the politicians and the big money, they all talk. They know what's coming down the road so they can position themselves. And I don't think it's a coincidence that prices and sentiment are at an all-time low right now, even though we all know the positive things that are coming.
And they're buying it by the hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, it's just, it's too.
They are stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking. And
Yeah.
everyone in all the little people in retail are like, "Oh, it's going down, it's going down." And that's what's so funny, is because retail will buy Bitcoin at 125,000, but will not buy Bitcoin at 86,000.
I mean, it happens every cycle, guys. This is it is what it is. But for the people that are paying attention and seeing what's going on, even if we do go into a bear market, at this point, I don't even care if we go into a bear market, because I see the technology being adopted for real shit. Like, excuse me, JC, can we pull up the HBAR thing? I got to talk about HBAR. Somebody called me HBAR boy yesterday, and I was just like, wow, that's
H Barbarian.
yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know what that was. You should clip
guys,
that.
I will. We'll make some kind of clip. So I do want to play this quick clip. This is huge, guys. So for all you HBAR fans out there, as you know, they have been using HBAR not only because it's quantum computing protected, but they've been using it for SpaceX satellites and a lot of other things. And what I'm talking about with a lot of these projects that we get into is we invest in things that are actually using this technology to fix a problem or make the world better. That's how you can, to me, that's how you figure out what is good projects and what is not a good project. This is why I'm so bullish on HBAR, because what they're doing is so massive and so essential to this industry. If it doesn't 25x, I'll be shocked. But let's we'll get into it.
I can't get this thing to pause, so give me just a second. I need to restart the screen share.
No worries. But yeah, and again, it's not just working with entities like SpaceX. It's working with the World Health Organization. It's handling real world assets. It's one of the chosen ones.
All right, here we go. 1 second. Go here.
Launch a next generation of WISeSat satellites equipped with post-quantum chips. The integration of this technology will provide enhanced cybersecurity for global satellite communications, and Hedera Hashgraph is also playing a big role. They also have WiseKey's root of trust technology, and these advancements are designed to protect against quantum threats. That makes these satellites extremely secure. See, Hedera has been integrated into the SEALcoin initiative, which is a quantum-resistant token designed to enable secure, decentralized Internet of Things connectivity through DPIN, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. This integration allows IoT devices to perform secure transactions while resisting quantum-based threats, and by combining Hedera's secure, decentralized infrastructure with SpaceX's satellite technology, this initiative is expected to revolutionize IoT communications. It's going to provide real-time global coverage with a high level of cybersecurity for industries like logistics, healthcare, and defense. Elon Musk is very aware of Hedera's potential, and it wouldn't be surprising to see these two tech giants collaborate even further in the future to drive more projects.
That's a good question. So, where did I go? Nice. Okay. So, huge news, guys. HBAR's been doing a lot of big things, but when I hear entities like Boeing, SpaceX, World Health Organization, these are major companies, and Hedera is making them better. So, JC, I think that guy reading it was an AI human. For sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, obviously it was typed in, but like the way the lips were moving, I think it's just an AI generated reader. Just like, all of these, a lot of YouTube channels use, AI voice. They don't actually have someone on screen.
But no, guys, again, we're seeing mass adoption with a lot of these projects. Again, Nvidia is another huge one, and renders associated with them, the whole idea of the AI narrative. Real world asset coins like HBAR and Algorand. And then you even have XRP, like rebuilding the banking system. Like, and all of these projects are getting ETFs filing, or all these companies are filing ETFs with all these projects that we've been talking about. And I mean, look at all these names, guys. Like, These are some of the biggest companies in the world. There you go. I mean, we got Ubisoft, such a random one. Gaming. I mean, it's associated with gaming too, but I mean, the big ones, guys. Big banks, Boeing, Google, you know, a lot of banks. Chainlink, obviously. Chainlink's partnered with everybody. LG, you know, another big one. And a lot of communications companies, just tons of stuff, tons of potential for this one project. And it's just, if you've been paying attention to these filings, you know what the chosen ones are. And it's good.
That's a better. I like that graphic a little better.
Yeah, it definitely shows a little bit more.
It's the same people. It's just that's easier to see.
And again, these aren't just random companies. I mean, Boeing they build stuff for the military. I mean, that's a significant partnership, especially with Google, IBM, all that good stuff. You know, guys, again, we're investing in this stuff for the long term, not the short term price action. And that's why, you know, things like HBAR, XRP, Ethereum, even Bitcoin, these are all things that are going to be, we're looking down the road 5-10 years. Like, where are these things going to be in 5 to 10 years? And if you keep that mindset when you're looking into these projects, especially when you see them being implemented, you see them being adopted, you see the technology, you know, for lack of a better term, changing the world, it makes it a lot easier to hold through these drops. So even if we do go into a bear market, everyone panic, I'm still going to be buying, and I'm still going to be holding these assets for a long time. And it looks like the banks are going to be too. Look at this.
Yep. We talked about this a little bit last week, but PNC Private Bank becomes the first U.S. bank. We talked about a
it's weird that the banks, which, you know, they hated the whole, we're trying to get away from the banks. Now the banks were like, wait, come here. No, let me get some of the crypto.
Yep. Like, wait. We no. We need centralized stuff because that's how we make money.
Wait, you guys figured out how fractional reserve banking works? Okay, hold on. No, we need to fix this so we can make more money. Right. It's insane, guys. Like, this is good. Don't get me wrong, but it just shows how broken the banks are, that even they want a piece of this. BlackRock, you know, Warren Buffett, Jamie
Dimon.
I almost said
Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon.
Like, so many people that have just absolutely just crapped all over this technology. Now they're left and right just coming in to buy as much as possible, or just to get
the reason this is important is it's not PNC Private Bank becomes the first major U.S. bank to launch Bitcoin or Ethereum ETFs. This is actual Bitcoin trading.
Yes, they're going to allow you to actually trade.
We talked about the DTCC and the CFTC allowing like token trading, not fund trading, token trading, which is huge. And so PNC Bank's like, yep, we're going to do that. So that's, you know, the difference being the ETFs. If I buy, you know, $1,000 worth of BlackRock's Ethereum ETF, they have to go buy $1,000 worth of Ethereum and hold it. Love
the comment. I'm going to
beat you.
So, bam, we have multi-year bear market starting very soon. So,
Mobile Misfit there. Thanks for being here. But yeah,
I always love the idea that we're going into a bear market. I do want to say it's possible, guys. I've seen a lot of charts where people have talked about, hey, like, you know, we could be going into, we could have topped already. Again, even if that is the case, even if we go into a multi-year bear market, it doesn't matter, because this technology is literally changing the world, and it's going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years. So if you gotta, you know, round trip the bags again this cycle, you're still going to do just fine as we move into, you know, the next phase. So
typically a bear market is a 2-year process, and the bull run is a 2-year process. So, I mean, if we are maintaining the 4-year cycle, then I think it's reasonable to say we are doing a multi-year bear, because it's always multi-year. It's always 2 years. Mobile Misfit, I would love to know what is it, or what things do you think are pushing us that way? Is it just, you think the world economy is going to crash? Do you think we're going to have like black swan events? Do you think it's going to be, wars are going to erupt and people are going to be like risk off? What is it? Like, are you looking at macro stuff? Are you looking at specific things? Wall Street isn't here for the tech. You're right. Wall Street is always here for the money. Wall Street is always here for the money. They don't get, like, if it makes them money, they're here for it. So yeah, I absolutely agree with that statement.
Yeah, and well, no, you're right. Mobile Misfit, I do want to kind of touch on that, because that's a good question. How is crypto changing the world? And Wall Street isn't exactly out to make the world a better place, and they haven't really ever been, and neither has been BlackRock or any of these big companies. What I'll say about that is, when you look at things like data sharing and communications with satellite, as we were just talking about with HBAR. So VeChain, perfect example. The latest UFC fight was just sponsored by VeChain. VeChain has used its algorithm, its tracking algorithm, we did a video short about this a couple weeks ago, but they used its algorithm to clean hundreds of thousands of pounds of garbage out of the ocean. That's just one example of a crypto doing something in the real world that is actually beneficial. I'll
give a more evolutionary example versus revolutionary. Let's look at XRP.
Great
and
example.
Let's look at Swift.
Yeah.
And I want to compare them to sending a letter versus sending an email. You could send a letter to someone and it gets there in 2 to 3 days. And Swift has improved, but there for a while, you could send money, but it would take 3 to 5 to even 7 business days for that money to get where it needed to go. Now it takes 0.3 to 0.7 seconds for that money to get where it's going. Is that changing the world? A little, in the same way that email changed the world. Is it revolutionary? No. But I think it is XRP. I think is just an evolutionary change to the money system.
And that's again, those are just a couple examples. There's other projects we could talk about. ICP even is rebuilding the Internet Computer Protocol, making the internet a little bit better, safer. There is a lot of examples, but there are a lot of projects that also do nothing. And I'll say,
I think where we get into the revolutionary stuff comes with decentralized finance. I think that's revolutionary for the monetary system of the world.
Yeah, because again,
personal wealth sovereignty, I think hasn't been a thing ever.
They always say money is the root of all evil, and money is kind of controlled by.
That's not what they say. They say that, but they're incorrect, because they're quoting a verse in the Bible, and it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is neither good nor bad, but the love of money.
I love the distinction. I love the distinction. But yeah, so there are many examples of it. And again, we are in this for the tech also, but we're also in this for to make money also. I mean, that's half the battle, guys.
But no, I 100% agree with you, Mobile Misfit. Wall Street isn't here for the tech. Nope. Yeah. Wall Street does not care.
They're here to make money. But we believe when we are investing in projects, we start to look, okay, what does this project actually do? Like, how is it trying to, is this project going to be around in 5 to 10 years? Or like Fartcoin, is it going to pump 500% and then just die out? So, yeah. So
Brother Nature 615. If that's an area code, I know where you are. Which man do we need to let talk? Do we need to let Mobile Misfit talk?
All right. So
do I need to quit interrupting Reptar?
I know, damn. Getting yelled at today. Love it. Thank you guys, everyone hanging out in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Big stuff, guys. I really do think that this is the beginning of kind of the next leg up. We'll find out today after Trump's No, JC, definitely not. It's always Reptar that needs to shut up.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself. So.
But yeah, so we do have a big announcement today from Trump. We'll see what happens with that. But the important thing is the rate cuts tomorrow, because this is going to encourage more money to be borrowed and even more money to be dumped into the market. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for that for sure. And JC, what else do we have for today? I mean, we had a ton of bullish news today.
I don't know. Let me check the charts one more time. See if anything is moving.
No, see, and that's the thing, guys. We haven't, price is not reflecting how.
Hey, there you go. Bitcoin's up to 92.
Woo.
So we're seeing a little bit of movement in the last, since we've been on. Let's go to the hourly here. See, look at that. All right, we're up.
Yeah. We need ETH to move. If ETH can, kind of reclaim all-time high and keep pushing, I think.
Hey, ETH is up 4% in the last hour.
Yeah,
look at that. There you go. I wonder if that BlackRock news act finally hit.
We'll see, man. I mean, I think it's a good sign. Again, this is going to be a domino effect. It's not going to be one thing that just sends everything. I think everything's going to happen at once, and we're just going to see a snowball effect.
We'll see. I want to see, and maybe I'll do this research today, and we can talk about it tomorrow morning before the Fed rate cut. Is this pump front running the rate cut, and then tomorrow, once the rate cut happens, we're going to see a dump? I'm going to go back and look and see what's happened in the past on rate cuts, because I mean, obviously we just talked about it. The odds of the December rate cut are at 87.4. Let's see if they've changed. 87.4. Okay. Yeah. So the odds are it's going to happen. Now, I guarantee you, write this down. If this happens and we don't get a rate cut, markets will shit the bed.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very, very small chance of that happening, guys, but it is possible. The markets will react negatively if there is no rate cut, but the odds are looking good. So.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll do some research and see the last rate cut, what the markets did right before and right after it was announced. But hey, we're moving right now.
Let's go. I think we're going to see a green day today. The markets are starting to come back. People are starting to read the news. I think people are going to start accumulating ETH, and I think it's going to really send us into alt season, because and again, like Mobile Misfit said in the chat, if we do see a bear market, I am in it for the tech, guys. I think a lot of these projects that we're involved with are going to do big things in the next 5 to 10 years. And if I can buy some of these coins at these prices, I'm happy, regardless of the short-term price action.
Well, I'll say this: I'm in it for the tech that succeeds. Like, yeah, I'll buy something that I think is cool, but I'm buying the technology that I think is going to survive and succeed, because it will make me money. Let's not pretend I'm any different than Wall Street. I want to make me some money.
Don't we all? All right, Jays. Well, guys, I mean, that's we definitely should maybe throw up a call. I don't think we're prepared with the memes today, so we apologize. We'll have memes for you guys next time, but looks like some hope injected back into the market. So we are definitely going to keep an eye on things. For those of you guys that are in the Discord, we will be in there with you. If you guys want to join, free. We got a bunch of crazy degenerates in there, and we're always talking about markets and trading. DJ's in there doing some TA for everybody, and you can even win some prizes, play some games. A bunch of good guys in there, a bunch of smart people, and if you guys want to pay attention to what's going on in the markets, it's definitely a good place to hang out.
Yep. But hey, 25 people. Thanks for being here. If guys, before we wrap up, please, if you do have questions or you have any comments, you want to call us idiots, tell us to shut up, please do it in the chat. We'll give everybody a second to ask. If you got something before we log off, because really the whole reason we do this as a live show and not as a video recording is because it's fun to talk to people. So if you got questions, go ahead, toss them up here. Otherwise, toss them in the comments. Up to 312 subs, which is awesome. Thank you so much. If you're new here, thanks for being here. We will answer questions, comments all the time. So,
and guys, pay attention. Pay attention, because things are going to get real exciting really soon. And we're checking things every day. We got, and it's not just us. We have, thousands of people in the Discord checking things minute by minute. So when news breaks, we'll try and get it out to you guys as soon as we can. We do have a new video coming out soon, so we'll get that out to you guys. If you haven't checked out our AI pick video, definitely take a look at that. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the morning show and for game night.
Yep, so, tomorrow is Wednesday. We've got the FOMC meeting, Fed rate cut, hopefully incoming, and game night tomorrow night. We do have a good little bit of gaming news. Illuvium's still making waves. I
have an Illuvium video coming out very soon.
Their tournament, their first big tournament, which they had prizes all the way through, but the grand prize was $50,000. Won yesterday, or maybe it was Monday. I can't remember.
Someone won 50 G's yesterday, guys. It's
playing a video game.
Hop in.
How come a lot of people think XRP is a scam? I don't know.
So the one thing I'll say about that is, if you think XRP is a scam, then it's really strange that the entire banking system is switching over to it. I mean, banking is also a scam, so maybe, but it's the chosen one, so to speak. So
are these the same people that said Bitcoin is a pet rock, or are these the Bitcoin maxis?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, guys. I mean, if you understand the technology and you look into it and you see what entities are using it, it's pretty easy to, even if it is, they're going to make a ton of money on it. And I definitely would not, a lot of people think Bitcoin's a scam too. So I will say we're still at a point where people are not educated on the subject. So that's, it's part of the reason why we do the show. We want to bring people real digested information about what's going on and clear up a lot of misconceptions and, be a little degenerate at the same time.
Keontae, I'll say one thing I know a lot of people, especially in the last probably, 2 or 3 years ago, did not like, was that Ripple Labs owned 64% of all the XRP tokens. Now, they were held in escrow and they were released each month. But I know that being the case made a lot of people raise their eyebrows, because you worry anytime one entity controls the vast majority of a token, they have the ability to dump that token at any time. XRP counteracted that by keeping it in extra escrow and releasing it on a schedule. And then actually putting not selling the majority each month. They didn't sell the majority of the XRP that was released from escrow. They put it into a new escrow, which I suggest that maybe that's what the all these big boy ETFs. That's where they're getting their XRP, is OTC from Ripple. Just my thoughts on it.
That's how they're accumulating it without moving the price, essentially. Everyone's like, how are they buying all this and the price isn't moving? It's because
private sales. Yeah. They made a deal and said, look, when the time comes, we're going to go ahead and pay you at this price. We're going to lock in this price. We don't care what the price is later on when we buy it. We want to lock in this price. And when the time comes, you'll sell it to us at that price, no matter what the current price is. And that's just my personal opinion. I have no blockchain sleuthing evidence to back that up, but
we'll get it to you guys. But all right. Well, that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for all the people that showed out to watch the stream today. Please like and subscribe. Do all the things. Hit all the buttons. I've been told it helps. And if you guys want to win some free stuff and keep up to date on all of the things that we just talked about, definitely join the Discord. The link is in the description, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
You know what time it is. Chomp chomp.